Welcome to our Hatha yoga class. My name is Tammy. Namaste. Our class will focus around this lovely quote. It is a Buddha quote. Our life is shaped by our mind, for we become what we think. And I definitely did talk about having a positive attitude at work time today. And it's still definitely on my mind because coming into different things that we do face, having a positive attitude, which is sometimes it is harder to do because things affect us differently and what we experience. So let's move into our class and thinking about our mindset right now, because of course, coming into the class, how are we feeling? Just taking notice. And I'll ask you about halfway through the class and then by the end of the class to see how you are feeling. So really taking notice, being present. Coming to the top of our mat, we'll begin with our warm-up. And our warm-up, the Namaskara, a sun salutation. So you can do a little shift here through your body at first. And then find that your feet are planted down into the ground. You can wiggle your toes because that's always fun. And then bring your toes up and then flare them, fan them, and then place them down towards the floor. Here is standing tall through the crown of our head. It's being drawn up and the tailbone is down. Engage your bandhas, so your energy box. So I want you to think about drawing just below your navel in towards the spine. How are the shoulders? Oh, those lovely shoulders. They may be forward a little bit right now. So just pulling them back and then down. Arms by the side of the body. Checking in to see how you are feeling for your temperature. Do you feel warm right now? I definitely am warm right now. I've got a few layers on. It's always nice to do that. And then just as we start to move through our class, then you can, of course, maybe take off one of the layers. So we stand tall and with a nice Ujjayi breath, we inhale through the nose, draw the arms up overhead. The exhale breath, dive forward, hinging through the hips. Let the head hang. We just let everything go here. And just let yourself settle into the ground here through your feet. Draw your bottom up a little bit more. Now, inhale, breath, come up to halfway with a flat back. Exhale, release, fold, your head hangs again. Inhale, come up to halfway, flat back. And now with an exhale breath, take your hands down to the ground. Step back with the right foot and left foot. Now notice this lunge here. Notice yourself. How deep were you able to get into that lunge? Okay. Jutting the body forward from our plank. Take the knees down to the ground. Hug your elbows into the waist and draw down. Here we uncurl the toes, moving into up dog with an inhale breath. We have 3 of them. Inhale. Exhale, release. Draw the navel in. Imagine ice cubes under the belly button. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, release. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale, breath into downward facing dog. Toes down. Elbows hug the waist. And we push, push, push right up. Alternate knee bends. You can walk or step your hands back so that your hands are closer to your feet. Now you can get your heels down into the ground. Now we bend through the knees. Look to the hands and walk. Feet top the mat. Ankles, knees, hips in line with each other. Inhale, breath. Come up to about halfway, flat back. Exhale, release, fold, head hangs. And inhale, coming all the way up and right from the beginning, arms overhead. And then exhale down to your heart center. Beautiful. Okay, we'll move through Namaskar A just a little bit quicker now. So stand tall. Use your breath, and we're going to push everything out that does not serve us with an exhale breath. With an inhale, draw your arms up overhead and take everything in. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Come to that flat back. Exhale, take your hands down to the ground, step back with the right foot, big lunge, and the left foot, plank position, jumping the body forward. Take your knees down, hug your elbows into the waist, and lower. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hear your breath. Inhale. Exhale breath. Bend through the knees. Look to the hands and walk your feet to top of the mat. Ankles, knees, hips in line. With an inhale, come up to halfway, flat back. Exhale, release. Hold, head hangs, push your bottom up. And inhale, coming all the way up, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Beautiful. One more time through. Inhale, draw your arms up overhead. And exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now an exhale breath, bend your knees, and we push out through our nose as we walk our feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release, fold, draw your bottom up. Inhale, coming all the way up, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, now how are you feeling? Starting to warm up. And if you're like me with a few layers, maybe this is the time that you want to take off one of the layers. Draw your hands here to your heart center. Moving into Namaskar B, I brought my big toes together now. So a little bit more balanced. Tailbone down with an inhale, come to a squat. Exhale, coming up and dive forward, just like before. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And with a nice big push, inhale, three-legged dog. Lift the right leg up. Exhale, step between your hands. We have our high lunge with an inhale breath. Come up, push your left heel back. Exhale, downward facing dog. That was a little bit quicker. To the other side. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg. Exhale, step between your hands. Push your right heel back and inhale, come up. So you're nice, strong through that right heel. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now everyone, exhale, bend through the knees and walk, step, or jump your feet to the top of the mat. Big toes can touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, fold, draw your hips up. Inhale to squat. And exhale, breath coming up and arms wrap the opposite way. Oh, wonderful. One more time through. Inhale to squat. Exhale, come up and dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plank. And we have our chaturanga again, so strong. Elbows hug the waist as you lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg lifts. Exhale, step between your hands. And inhale, come up so strong. Push, push, push through the heel. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, come up, push to the right heel, keeps you stronger. And exhale, downward facing dog. We breathe. Exhale breath, everyone. Bend through the knees. Walk separate, jump your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, head hangs and push your bottom up. Inhale to your squat. And coming up, exhale, and wrap your arms the opposite way. Ooh, beautiful. Let's move into our squat, just like we had there. So sitting down right into those heels, checking that the knees, they are coming up towards the sky. Can you wiggle your toes? Now my big toes are together. You could have ankles, knees, hips in line with each other too. Power the shoulders, let them relax away from the ears. Coming into the twist, we twist towards the right. Left knee will want to jet forward, pull it back. We have our hips, knees square. We release our right hand up towards the sky. Now looking at your right thumb. Drishti is right thumb. With your exhale, come out of the twist. Now turn, let your hands and head dangle, push your bottom up and let yourself release. Ah, nice sway. You can just let your head go, let yourself hang. Everyone now, inhale breath, come up to halfway, flat back. Exhale, release, fold, your head hangs, bottom up. And inhale, come all the way up. And arms, exhale, back into the squat. Inhale, hold. Exhale, twist to the left side now. Right knee, pull it back, it's jutting forward. You may release your left arm up towards the sky, fingers pointing up. Drishti at left thumb. Exhale breath, come out of the twist. We release our arms, release your head and draw your bottom up. Whew. Let it all go. Maybe you want to do that sway side to side. Shift. Now inhale, come up to halfway, flat back. Exhale, release, fold. And inhale all the way up, arms overhead. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. And then maybe you heard me doing a little whoop. Just that release. Maybe that releases a little bit more with some sound, just letting it go. Coming into our next pose, crescent moon. Stand tall, show your confidence. And remember our mindset, how we are thinking. Let's stand tall. With an inhale breath, taking your arms up overhead, intertwine your fingers with your index fingers pointing straight up and thumbs wrapping around each other. With our arms overhead, we keep our arms tucked in beside our ears. Exhale breath, we tip up and over to the right side. We have a beautiful side bend, both sides of the waist long. Inhale breath carries us all back up. Exhale breath, come to the other side. Wrap your thumbs around the opposite way though this time. Now we ask ourselves, are we long to the waist? Lengthening through the right side of the body, but continue that with the left. With the inhale breath, come up. Exhale breath, here we just dive forward and let yourself dangle again. Whew, a nice little shift. We release. Inhale breath, come up to halfway, flat back. Exhale, release, fold, head hangs. Inhale breath, coming all the way up. Arms may come overhead, and then the exhale, hands to your center. Well, I am warm. Into Tadasana, lift ankles, knees, and hips in line with each other. Toes pointing forward. Turn your palms towards the front. Now just opening up through our hands here. Stand tall. We can close our eyes, and it's going to help our mind, physical body start to settle. Now standing tall, we feel confident. We know of our wonderful qualities that we possess. And we let our light shine. We now open up our eyes. Take our hands onto the hips, bend through the knees, and step back with the right foot into a really high lunge for our crescent lunge. So the right heel is going to be pointing up towards the sky. Drop those hips down. And with our hands, we can release them off of the waist, and then arms coming up to shoulder height. Turn your thumbs up towards the sky. So I'm gonna open here, open up through our shoulders. Now take your arms overhead and turn your pinkies towards the front, and then turn them in. Drop those hips down a little lower. High crescent lunge. Getting into our hip flexors here. Shoulders. Coming into a low lunge. Take the arms forward. Take your hands down to the ground. For a low lunge, we drop that pelvis, hips down. We now take the knee onto the ground. You can double up your mat too if you would like more support, or you're using a knee pad or block. Kickstand the back leg so that your right shin is parallel to the back edge. Take your hands over to the right side. Hands are open wider than the shoulders. Check your left knee. Is it pointing ahead? Continue to let it do that. And with an inhale breath, draw up, exhale breath. Hold. The goal is to have the crown of the head down towards the ground. The inhale breath carries us all back up. And the exhale breath coming out of the kickstand, take that leg back. Low lunge coming back with the lifted knee. And to our high lunge, crescent lunge, you may bring your arms overhead. And now with an exhale breath, we're going to push and step to the top of the mat. And release your arms by the side. Now you notice we did that exhale breath. Your exhale breath is strength, but it's also release. So just take notice as we work to the next side. Okay, into our next side. Take your hands onto the hips, back from to the beginning. Bending through the knees and step the left foot back. And we have our high lunge here again. And you can open up a little bit more and drop the hips a little bit more. Take your arms so that your thumbs are up towards the sky. Open up through the front of your body. Take your arms overhead. And we turn our pinkies to the front, and they can turn your pinkies in and drop the hips a little bit more. Shoulders releasing away from your ears with your exhale. Coming down now into our low lunge. Take your hands forward. Low lunge. Drop your pelvis. Now we take the knee down towards the ground. Like before, kicks down that back leg. Shin is parallel to the back. Take your hands over to the left side. Take your hands wider than the shoulders. Inhale breath. Exhale breath. Hold. Crown of the head. Reaching down towards the ground. Not forgetting what our right knee is doing. Is it pointing towards the front? Inhale, make your way back up. Kicks down the leg back. Take your hands to the front. Coming out of the knee resting to our low lunge. Back up nice and strong to your crescent lunge. Arms overhead if that works for you. And now with that exhale, breath again. We're going to do a nice strong push to the top of the mat. And take your arms back to your heart center. Finding that balance. Maybe here you have a little shift through the body, or you need a little stillness. Coming out of our stillness, we'll move into a forward fold. And our forward fold, we draw the arms up overhead with an inhale. Exhale breath, dive forward. Now our peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Inhale breath, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold. Take your elbows up to the side. And now, head hangs. I encourage you to use your breath. Feel your inhale breath coming up the back of your legs. Exhale breath coming down towards your head. Let your body soften a little bit more. I'm bending my knees a little bit more so I can get my chest closer to my thighs. Now inhale breath. We release our toes and step our hands forward. Exhale breath, come up to halfway, place your hands onto the hips with our flat back. Inhale breath, coming all the way up and draw your heart up. And we have our back bend and continue to have that elongation through the spine. And the exhale breath, release. One more forward fold here. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead and we take everything. And then exhale, dive forward, draw your hips up. Take the hands, take the palms of your hands underneath the balls, soles of your feet, with your toes to your wrist crease. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, breath, fold, elbows coming out to the side. Now getting that chest as close as possible to your thighs. Inhale, breath, coming up the backs of your legs. Exhale, breath, coming down your spine to your head. Now just like a circle, use your breath. Now inhale, breath, we release our hands away. Exhale, breath, come up to halfway, place your hands onto the hips. Inhale, breath, coming all the way up, and we have our back bend again. Elongate through your spine. Think of coming up and over a ball. And then exhale, breath, release. Now I love back bends. I hope those have helped you. That forward fold and then the back bend for clearing sinuses, opening up, shifting through our body, coming back to the top of our mat. And we have pyramid pose. Bend through the knees and step back with the right foot. Now the distance is not as great. You can turn your toes out a little bit here to a 45-degree angle, but I'd really like you to have your hips squared. You can have the left knee bent. Take your hands behind. You can hold onto your hands, opposite elbows, or reverse prayer. Draw your navel in, and with an inhale breath, come back into the back bend. And the exhale breath, fold up and over. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward. Now we're coming down with a flat back. Notice what your back is doing. Mirrors are always good to help you at first, to have that self-awareness, gaining self-awareness. With the inhale breath, we make our way back up, back into our back bend. And the exhale breath, release. Take your arms down by the sides. And coming into warrior three, the left toes stay on, or you're lifting your leg up of the ground, and we make our way into straight legs. Arms be by the side of the body. Flex your right foot, and then coming out, and then drop down and step to the top of the mat. To our other side. And we have pyramid again for the left side, and we step the left foot back. Pull the right hip back. Both of our hips are square. Where do your hands go behind, or you're holding onto your elbows here. Reverse prayer, your choice. Inhale, draw your navel in and come to the back bend. And exhale, fold. Drishti is right knee toe. Right knee could be bent. Very important, keeping our back nice and straight. Putting that hinge into the hips, elongating through our hamstrings. Now inhale breath, make your way back up, and we have our back bend. Coming up. Exhale breath to warrior three. Again, so strong. You can lead your left toes down towards the ground, or you're lifting the leg up. The goal would be to have your left leg parallel to the ground. Flex your foot, you are stronger. You are strong, and come out and step to the top, release. Beautiful. Okay. Come back into Tadasana, and we're checking in to see how we're feeling. Close your eyes. Now you may notice your physical body. You may notice your mind. Which one did you notice first? And then switch it. You may be noticing both now. Do you hear any sounds around you? And then come back to yourself. Do you feel warm? What is your breath doing? And now open up your eyes. And a little shift through the hips. 3 poses, we're making our way through a flowing movement. And I think most of you have done this before, so we'll move through it together. It is Warrior V, extended side angle, and exalted warrior. Okay. At the top of the mat, bend through the knees. I'm just holding onto my hips, and we're stepping the right foot back to Warrior V, turning on the ball of the foot. Inhale, draw your arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, Warrior V. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, hold. Inhale, exalted, warrior. Exhale, hold. Inhale, Warrior V. Exhale, hold. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, hold. Inhale, exalted warrior. And exhale, hold. One more time through. Inhale, Warrior V. Exhale, hold. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, hold. Inhale, exalted warrior. And exhale, hold. Inhale, Warrior V. Coming out. Exhale, bend through the knees. Step to the top of the mat. And a shift through the hips. To our other side now. Okay, I'm just coming to the other side so you can see me open up. Bending through the knees. And step the left foot back. Turn the ball of the foot. Inhale, just like before. Warrior V. Exhale, lunge forward. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, hold. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, hold. Inhale, Warrior V. Exhale, hold. Inhale, extended side angle. And exhale, we hold. Inhale, exalted warrior. And we exhale, hold. Feel that length. Inhale, Warrior V. Exhale, sit down into it strong. Inhale, extended side angle. And exhale, we hold. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, hold. Inhale, back to Warrior V. And exhale, bend through the knees and step to the top of the mat and or shift through the hips. Ooh, wonderful. Okay, we have triangle pose. And then we move, actually, let's go back to Warrior V and come into a twist before we do our next pose. So I'm gonna just take out triangle pose. Bend through the knees and take the right foot back. Okay, Warrior V, turn on the ball of the foot. Now, Warrior V, look over your middle finger, and now windmill your right and then left hand down. So I want you to come into a twist. This nice transition from Warrior V. Take your left hand onto the left hip, lengthen through your spine, and now exhale, twist towards the left side. You can place your hand on a block here too, or a stool, so you don't have to come down as far. You may take your left hand away from the hip, and your drishti's at the left thumb. coming out with an exhale breath. Notice if the outside edge of your right foot tipped up. Inhale, coming up, and exhale breath. Bend through the knees and step to the top of the mat and a shift through the hips. To our other side. Okay. Bend through the knees. Step the left foot back. Turn on the ball of the foot. Warrior B. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, windmill your left, and then right hand down. Okay, setting yourself up again. Remember, you can use a block to have your hand on top. You don't have to come down as far. Tap your fingers, you choose. Place your hand on the right hip. Lengthen through your spine with an inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. You may take your hand away. Just squeeze that. Right thumb. Exhale, breath, come out. Inhale, wiggle your left to the right hand. Back up. And exhale, bend through the knees, step to the top. Up the mat and a shift. Okay, right at the top of your mat again. Bend through the knees and step the right foot back and turn on the ball of the foot and then turn on your heel and all of your toes are facing forward at first. And then that nice opening up here. Okay, we have 5 pointed star. Then take your hands down. I want you to turn your toes out. And then coming into, it's a plie squat, so the tailbone goes down towards the ground and your knees go out, turning out towards your toes. No need to pass the toes. And coming into goddess. And we breathe. Fan your fingers. Five-pointed star. Your shoulders soften. And bending through the knees. You can then lift up one more time, and on the heels, you can heel toe, your feet in if that works for you. And just a little shift, your body making your way down towards the ground. You can come through Namaste A, and then once you come into downward facing dog, you can do a walk, step, or jump to seated. I'm just going to change my camera so that it won't feel like I'm so far away. So just doing that on your own time. Okay, I'm back after the lovely change. Okay, here we are onto the ground. And we settle. Maybe here, come into easy pose. Then we take our legs forward into Dandasana, removing the fleshy part from your bottom, a little shifts through our hips, and we sit up tall. Place your hands down by the side of the body. And breathe. Notice your toes up towards the sky. Have we grown a little taller for our class? Now, Paschimottanasana, we draw the arms up overhead with an in breath and exhale breath. Dive forward. Now, where would your hands like to go? Place them in a comfortable position. That nice reach, lift up, over, and have nose to the knee. You could be looking at your big toes, keeping your feet active. Inhale breath, make your way back up. Exhale breath. Release your hands to behind, bending one knee and then the other knee. Here, this may work for you, tenting the fingers and then drawing your heart up towards the sky. You can have your heels down towards the floor too, and that might be easier on maybe your spine or hips. Or you can do this with me, and it's reverse tabletop. You can have your fingers about 3 inches away from your bottom and pointing towards your bottom. You can walk your feet a little bit closer to your bottom and inhale, draw your heart up towards the sky. And then we're going to put the hips, pelvis up towards the sky and open up through the front of the body. Exhale, breath, come out and release. We release those hands. You may want to do a little twist and then take your right foot in towards your groin, sitting, or inner thigh, sitting up tall. With an inhale breath, draw your arm up, right arm up, and then exhale, come over top of the left leg. And here you can have nose to the knee. You'd be looking at your big toe. And we're never worried right now here how far we're coming down. Now, just enjoying the length coming through the back of our leg and noticing that you're able to get a stretch into the spine. Now, inhale breath, make your way out. Exhale breath, and we switch. Inhale breath, sitting up tall. Take your left arm up, and then exhale breath, coming over top of the right leg. And where would you like your hands again? Our shoulders soften. Inhale breath, make your way back up. And exhale breath, release. Take both legs forward and a little shake, shake. Bending through both knees and take your feet wider than the hips and windshield wiper. Knees side to side. Opening up the legs now into a V. Sitting up tall. We draw our heart up towards the sky and exhale, come up and over top. And take your hands forward, or if you want a little bit more support, keeping the back straight, hands go behind your bottom. What would you like to do? And notice the exhale breath, that push to let everything go. Soften. Being kind to yourself, being gentle to yourself. Always knowing your worth. With an inhale breath, make your way back up. The exhale breath, bending through the knees, legs forward, and a nice shake, shake. Get rid of everything. I even played this song today, shake it off. Shake it off. Okay, back into, let's go into butterfly. Here, we can round through our spine. So inhale, draw up. Exhale, turn your feet open like a book and fold over. Now, I love having my arms just right in front, and I just have my hands towards the sky and let myself release. Inhale breath, make your way back up, and exhale breath, you can give those legs a nice little shake, shake, shake out again for one more time. Okay, coming down towards the ground, but having our strap ready. So if you don't have a strap ready, anything, of course, dish towel, a house coat tie, anything that you could use, it's for supporting the leg. So you don't have to hold on to the back of the leg. Rolling over to the side of the body and then onto the back. So you're supine. Both legs will be coming up, and this is a little itchy here. Coming up with both legs, take your strap underneath of your feet. Okay, hold on to that strap. We're gonna push the heels up towards the sky. Take a little bit more length through both legs, balance down, release your left foot out of the strap. Take your left foot down, hold on to the strap, and push your right heel up. Extend the left leg onto the ground, and now lift your left leg up about an inch, 2 inches. Let it hover. With an exhale, let the left leg rest. Hold onto your strap with your right hand, sides, and place your left hand onto the hip, left hip bone, and take your leg out to the side. Getting into our inner thigh. Take the leg back up. Hold onto the strap with your left hand, take your right arm down and take your leg up. Bend over to the left, turn your head the opposite way of the leg. Head comes back to the center, leg comes back to the center. Okay, here we place the left foot back in towards your strap and balance. Release your right foot, take it down to the ground. Okay, push your heel up towards the sky. Now we extend your right leg onto our mat and take your leg off the ground about an inch. Flex both feet. Think about zipping up through your pelvic floor muscles. Lift. Now, right leg press. Hold on to the strap. With the left hand, right hand goes onto the hip and open up the leg to the side. Take your leg back to the center. Okay. Hold on to the strap with your right hand. Left arm goes in line, and our leg comes up and over to the other side. Turning your head, you're going to get more of a twist towards your spine, opening up through outside of the hip. Take your head back to the center, and our leg comes back towards the center. Place your right foot in towards your strap, and we're nice and balanced again. And bending through both knees. release the strap and bring it. Just take that strap down towards the ground. You may take your knees in towards the chest. Turn your knees out towards your armpits. Happy baby. Hey, where would you like to hold on? Maybe you want to hold on to the outside of the knees, ankles, outside of your feet, or your toes with your peace fingers. And we do a rocking side to side. Great little massage. And hold stillness. Here, I want you to let your pelvis settle in towards the ground. So just let go. Now, releasing, taking those knees back to the chest and bring your legs up. Point, flex, point, flex. Bend through the knees. Take the left foot down. Keep your right knee in. And then float right foot down. Hold here for a moment. You may come into one more twist with the right knee, left knee coming up. Take your legs over towards the right side, arms in line with your shoulder, or you can have bent elbows, turn your head the opposite way of bent knees. Just a little bit more opening into our shoulders. And now turn your head the opposite or back towards the center and hold those legs back towards the center, and then up and over to the other side. And our legs rest here while our arms come over, open to our shoulders. Turn the head the opposite way. Head comes back to the center. Legs come back to the center. And we do whatever other movement or pose that we would like to do before Shavasana. Now, this is the time to take notice of temperature too of your body. We definitely started to come down from big start to our class. So this is where you might want to have a nice warm blanket covering your body. Would you like to lie on the ground? Would you like to be on the side of your body? Would you like to have legs up the wall? Or maybe you're coming into a seated position to enjoy this meditation. Your eyes closed. We feel our physical body soften. Our thoughts pass one by one. letting yourself be as you find this quiet and peace in Shavasana. I will call you back when it is time. Slowly starting to come back. You may notice sounds around you. A softness, a gentleness in the air. Letting that softness encircle you. Find that peace and calm. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Maybe a shift as we gently come out of Shavasana. If you are lying down on the ground, you bend one knee and then the other knee. Take your right arm overhead and rolling over the right thigh to fetal, and then making your way up to a comfortable position for yourself. We place our hands to our heart center. Thank you very much for sharing your practice with me. Remembering to keep your mind strong, knowing that you are valuable, knowing your worth. Namaste.